This song, Stanley, has that series of minor 7 chords that we're using. F minor, G minor, B flat minor, G minor, right? F minor, G minor. In the case of the solo, we just go E flat 9 to C9. It's slightly different in the melody, but this was just a way to tighten up the whole thing. Just make it have a little bit more steady, even flow. So a beautiful thing, which many of you may know, is that if you play one thing on that G minor, or excuse me, the first chord is actually F minor. If it's going like this, you can play the same thing on each of those chords, right? And that is one way of improvising. So I'm going to show you something here. For instance, this chord, F minor 7, that's an A flat triad, right? Fifth tonic, third of A flat. That's known as the relative major, right? That's the relative minor to A flat major. A flat major is the relative major to F minor, right? So you can play that triad here, here, here. Those 3 chord voicings are enough. As you may have noticed, you know, I really keep a lot of my activity on these 3 strings, D, G, and B, and these basic triads, right? So something we can do here is, on this particular improvisation, those first few chords, if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I've just played an A flat triad on the F minor. So that's straight down the scale here. 1. Now that's G minor 7. Arpeggio. That's the 9th and the 11th. Right? Another way of playing it. Same notes, slightly different fingering. For me, I like having leaps, you know, even if it's only like just this tactile thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. I like that, just the feeling. If I do this, I don't enjoy playing it as much as, like, I find myself just touching the guitar differently. Like, there's just a little bit more, it's more playful or something than. That has its charm as well, but it sounds a little darker, and I enjoy the brightness of this happening more on the G, B, and E strings. So we're just basically spelling the chord, walk down the scale, play a G minor 7, add 9, add 11. Same thing on the B flat. On the G minor again. Now, same phrase, but I slide up to the A flat and slide down to the D. Play that again, and then, whoops, on the E flat and on the C. So you have the same rhythmic, idea, but instead of playing the arpeggio, I'm walking up the scale using major thirds instead of, yeah. So what I'm playing here is the scale is, instead of, I'm playing it with the flatted fifth. Or actually it would be the raised fourth. 3 raised 4, right? So it's this scale. And I'm playing thirds instead of, which it normally would be. We're using the raised fourth. Right? Ah. Whoops. So thematically, rhythmically, it's the same, but instead of using the arpeggio, on the E flat and the C, we're walking up the scale in thirds. Okay? So the full thing again is 1. Okay? So it's thematic playing. It's basically also just arpeggio and scale. And this will be a running theme throughout all of this. That's how I get around the guitar, is really with arpeggios, scales. I find some kind of a theme, and therefore it's compositional, and that allows you to take the listener on a journey with you, because you're actually going somewhere, you're navigating in a certain way. It isn't just playing necessarily surprising notes, but it's actually got a journey quality to it of starting here and going there. So anyway, arpeggios, scales, keep that in mind. So this, what I think is a lovely series of chords to play over, F minor, G minor, C minor, etc. All of those chords take us back to this. A G minor blues vamp. So there's this contrast between the two. And, what I kind of want to address here is how you can use that contrast to build tension and release. And that's really what it's all about between these two parts of the song. There's variations on a theme there. There's another thing right there. Once again, thematic playing. As we go to a C. Moving from this super funky thing to this more passive, lovely, easy sounding thing with these pretty chords. To funk. You notice once again, I play something, I move to another chord, I play it again, right? This is like the first thing that I play tells me what I'm going to play next. It's good to keep that in mind. Right? Something like that. Lesson here being the movement between something kind of passive and something more aggressive, something pretty and something strong. Blues playing is definitely, the device that I use in these funkier situations, and then open it up into these pretty things on these pretty chords with arpeggios and scales.